Be serious.
We both got a haircut.
You know how it is.
You know how it is. Well, so we've kind of gone through a little bit of a period of time that we did not have anything being created. There are some reasons behind this, but we won't go into it at this time and place. Do you have any of this or that? We're starting off with a little fun game.
Would you rather freeze your champagne in the freezer accidentally overnight or have it warm?
I don't think it was an accident.
I think it was because it's frozen solid.
I think it was a happy accident.
Are you sure?
I love frozen. Frozen champagne.
You love frozen champagne?
Sorry, there's a little bit of a pause between the two words.
Okay. I know what I'm getting you for your birthday now. The movie Frozen. The movie Frozen?
I would like a ice mold.
Of yourself, naked?
No. How do you get those pictures now? No,
just my imagination.
You guys know Piper. She wants to get in her room, but there's a mattress blocking the way. Don't ask questions, please. I want a ice mold of bullets so that I can put bullet-shaped ice in my beer, but then I can feel like I'm a cowboy in the Wild West.
So what game have you been playing?
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Dead Redemption. Come on.
I love it. We watched a YouTube video last night about...
It was really good.
What was it called?
Artificial Loneliness.
Artificial Loneliness.
I don't play Red Dead Redemption, but...
I felt so lonely in this game, like, every single day. No, I'm serious on the level that's like, it does really create an artificial loneliness. That was just such a genius title or like point, like through line for that YouTuber. I don't remember what his name is. But yeah, this game, like I've noticed, I'm playing and playing and playing, and then I'm like, I've literally just been surviving out here in the Wild West, like in the forest, like foraging, killing deer, like selling things to the trapper and like getting money, but barely anything for, a 3-point buck. Like it's gotta be more than $9, like kind of underselling.
Maybe 9.5.
Yeah, 9.5 I'd settle for, but I don't really have anything else to do. I wish I could make gloves or something like that. Anyway, enough of the gamer talk. I'm just a gamer. I'm just a girl.
I'm back on The Sims.
You are back on The Sims?
Yeah. Not every day. Not crazy. That's good. But I am back on The Sims.
Know your boundaries.
It's fun.
Lady.
I am getting back into my family that I created.
Oh yeah, she's had this generational family for like however long now. How many hours?
I'm not telling.
It's quite a few, we'll say that. Okay, well, it's more than Legacy.
Over the course of like 5 years.
But you play consistently. Well, you play on and off though.
Now I play on and off. I used to be pretty consistent.
I play whenever I'm going through a hard time. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I have played addictively whenever I go through a hard time. If I start. Like sometimes I'll go through a hard time and I'm like, maybe I should start playing this one game.
But with gaming in general, this is my rule. The instant I get a little bored, I quit. I'm like, okay, I don't need to play this, because why am I forcing myself to play this video game if it's not fun? The instant I'm bored, I'm like, okay, exit. Time for another day.
So what happens when you get stuck in a test or something, like a quest? You just give up?
What quests?
Oh, you're talking about Sims.
The other games I play, there aren't quests that you can't just log out of.
Hogwarts Legacy?
You can stop in the middle of the quest.
Do you remember when you got stuck in that cave? She got stuck in a freaking cave. I could not figure out how to get out there. You didn't even like fall. The worst
thing about open world games is that I don't know where I'm going. I'm really directionally challenged in real life. So it just transferred right over. They're like, I read online, I'm like, how do I get out of this game? Or like, how do I solve this quest? And then the ending line is like, okay, just come out the way you came. I'm like, what do you mean?
Oh, I see what you mean. Well, okay, so I've never gotten so stuck like that before. Because you fell down into like a crevasse or something, right?
Oh, the spiders. Yeah.
Oh, I've spiders.
I've broken the game. I've fallen in between, like, into an abyss of the game. I think 3 times now. I don't think she's
supposed to be down there. 3 times.
Yeah, the spider one. There was one where I was like over the line of, you couldn't go past this line, but I was over, but I couldn't move. I couldn't get to the other side either. I was stuck, and I had to like restart the game.
I've not
and,
ever gotten stuck like that before.
And then there was another time.
You gotta play within the bounds. You're trying to break out of this box.
I'm not very good at jumping, and so I fall, and then here I am.
I'm also pretty bad at jumping, but not as bad as you. Would you rather jump badly or run badly? Like with a limp or something?
Like in real life?
Yeah.
Jump badly?
Yeah, you don't have to jump that often in real life, I suppose.
I would just buy myself some moon boots.
Wait a second.
I just like give myself a boost.
Are those real? I would like some moon boots.
They were popular in the 80s, I think.
Oh, they're like springs?
Yeah. And people used to go walk a track with
Dude,
that.
my knees would hurt so bad after that. On the wait, it's like a trampoline on your feet.
Kinda, yeah.
What if you had like tiny trampolines on each feet? You're just like back and forth between the left and right.
But you couldn't move anywhere because you'd just be stuck in place.
You could just jump forward. You'd use the pegs of the trampolines to go forward.
And you'd fall on your face.
What if there were springs on the pegs of the trampolines? Oh, that'd be so gnarly, dude. It'd be really confusing for the watchers.
Okay, what are we drinking today? I'm drinking ice water. Different types of ice cubes. I'm not used to this ice.
I'm drinking root beer with bullet-shaped ice cubes in it.
That's her fantasy.
Ice cubes in it.
That's her Britney Spears fantasy perfume. Okay.
I went to that one place, Sephora. No, I went to Ulta. And, well, we were going to Barnes & Noble, and then Piper and I were like, skirt, because I wanted her, since I don't have a sense of smell, I wanted her to try to tell me what Ariana Grande's perfumes smell like. And she couldn't really, like, pin it down very well. She was like, I don't know what it smells like exactly. And I was like, what does it make you feel like, you know?
I would love to go with you one day, please. Because I am obsessed with perfume. So
I just want to know if there's like an Ariana Grande perfume that I would like. I don't really like the bottle shapes very much. I want like a Billie Eilish bust, like chest shaped, like obnoxious sculpture. Because I love sculptures. So if you could put perfume in the sculpture, perfect.
What smells did you like before losing your sense of smell fully?
Before the war.
Before the war, yes.
Yeah. I liked the smell of like moss, like earthy, like dirt, like wet dirt. Like, ooh, that smells so good. Like musty. Maybe not musty. I do like musty, but like when I say the word musty, other things come to mind, and I don't want those other things. I also like just earth. I just like.
I wonder if normal, because there's like definitely some perfume houses out there that, like fragrance houses that make moss and wet dirt and like, what's it, zoologist, I think.
Zoologist? What?
Yeah. Well, they have like a whole.
It'll make you smell like a monkey. What are you talking about, zoologist?
Zoologist is a fragrance house that each of their perfumes is named after an animal, and the picture of it is like a sketch of like a animal in like a suit, like Edwardian.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. But some of their perfumes are interesting smells, and they're more adventurous.
You think I would like adventurous smells?
Like, well, I'm wondering if you would like commercial perfumes at all.
What's commercial perfumes?
Like normal, like stuff you find, the most popular designer fragrances, and like mainstream scents, basically.
And the question begs to be asked. Why, if I can't smell, would I like to find a perfume?
So true.
And you've asked me that before. The answer is because I want to. There's 2 reasons actually. I think I could just verbally process through this. The first one is I think that smell still does affect me. Like the other day, somebody was doing laundry and their detergent apparently was their detergent. I felt all my sinuses drain, and I was like, what is it? What's going on? And then I was like, I started to like taste something gross in my mouth, and I started to feel like ugh, like kind of
like
out
overstimulated in a way.
Like a little bit like, but a little bit overstimulated. I was like, Piper, what's the smell in the air right now? And she was like, somebody's detergent is like really, really strong right now. And I was like, oh. So I think it does affect me still, but so like if I did aromatherapy, it would probably still affect me. I know it does affect me. Like peppermint still affects me.
Peppermint, yeah. Peppermint is a cooling sensation, right?
For me?
Yeah. Or does it?
Yeah.
No.
It actually burns. No.
Tell your vinegar.
It's spicy. Oh, I'll tell the vinegar
and
thing.
Bleach.
The second reason is because I want to smell good. I want other people to smell like a smell that I like when they're around me.
Because I feel like perfume is really an extension of your personality, and like it's an invitation into who you are through your other senses. You know, just by standing next to you, I get a sense of, oh, this person might be a little bold if they have like, you know, like musk and spice as their perfume, like bold, like the basic notes. Whereas someone like Gracie, she tends to wear very floral and kind of lighter perfumes, and it's like she's fun. She's fun. She's fun. She's sweet.
She's a girl.
Yeah, she's just a girl. That's the vibe. Yeah.
I love saying that recently. Yeah. She's just a girl. My bleach and vinegar story. They're two separate stories. One day I was back in Minnesota at my cousin's house, and I was making some tea, doing some reading, having a nice little morning to myself. And she wasn't there. Grace wasn't there. Nor was Piper. And as I poured my tea, I was like, something just a little bit off, but I thought it was maybe I'm just feeling a little bit weird this morning. Then I go to drink my tea, and it's like near my face, and I'm like, I thought it was maybe the type of tea it was. It was like a lemon sort of thing that I've never had before. And then I drank it and held it in my mouth, and I was like, oh, something is so wrong with this. Something is so wrong. And I was like considering swallowing it. I was like, maybe it's just like rancid tea. I didn't think this is gonna, it wouldn't hurt me anyway. Yeah. Then I went and spat it out in the sink. Like once I decided to spit it out, I was like sprinted to spit it out. It was vinegar because
I had put vinegar in the electric water kettle because there was a bunch of what's it called, lime,
like whatever that white stuff is.
Yeah, you know, like minerals and stuff. And it was starting to, every time I'd make tea, everyone's tea would have a little flake in it. And it was like, okay, that's disgusting. And so I was like, I'm gonna put this in the water kettle and then go to school. And by the time I get home from school, it should be clean. And like the vinegar will get rid of all that. And so I was like, okay,
but
great.
Didn't tell nobody.
Yeah, great timing. Well, I didn't expect anyone
to make tea.
Yeah. Because no one in my home who lived there was there.
That's true.
It was just
you. Oh, yeah,
you.
because they were gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh, no one, this is like perfect
Maybe
timing.
Think about me next time. Just kidding. The other thing was somebody cleaned the bathroom with bleach, and I went in to poop, and then I almost passed out because I was breathing in like pure bleach. Was it you? You clean the bathroom with bleach sometimes?
Sometimes I do. When it gets really disgusting and it's like, sweetie, I don't think soap is going to cut this.
Yeah, I was in there for a while because, like, you know, sometimes when you're pooping, you're just like, I want to like read or something like that when you're pooping.
When you want to exercise your other hobbies while pooping.
It's nice. It's a nice feeling. And then I was like not feeling good. I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? Why do I feel like this? Maybe because I had heard a story previously, like a couple days ago, about someone being constipated and pooping, and they like passed out because they were pushing so hard.
Oh my God!
I was laughing my head off, but then in that moment I was like, maybe I'm passing out because maybe I'm feeling like I'm gonna pass out because I'm pushing, but I'm not pushing. Like it's just normal poop. Not the poop story, but and then I was like, I just got out of there as fast as I ran out of there with my pants around my ankles. No, I'm just kidding. I pulled my pants up, washed my hands, left. And then I was like, as I was standing outside, because like the bathroom is right like next to the back door, I was like standing outside and being like trying to get connected to nature and stuff.
Returning back to nature after passing out.
I didn't pass out. But and then I was like, wait a second. Yesterday was clean day. I bet Grace or somebody cleaned it with bleach. I like put it together. Couldn't even taste it on my tongue.
Is it at your house or my house?
That was at beep. That was at beep house.
I see.
Anyway, this is my shirt I got from my friend Jordan.
It's one of my favorite shirts you ever have.
I'm glad I wear it so often. I wasn't expecting to.
Amazing.
It doesn't really fit me the best, but like I kind of love it.
It fits you though. It's
my graduation gift.
Literally me.
The guy at the cafe we went to this morning, we gotta tell this story first. I'm not saying he was cute or anything, but he definitely had some riz. Like that, everybody at that cafe had riz.
That's
he
true.
Said, I like your shirt, by the way.
Customer service riz.
I was like, I bet you do. I bet you do. I also love it.
Tell your hot sauce story.
It's not it's our hot sauce story.
Hot sauce, keep
you
it
start, I'll finish.
addicted.
I'm telling all the stories this
Shout
time.
out to NCT Dream.
I do like NCT. And then I'll tell an NCT story.
You have an NCT story?
Okay, I have all these stories. We have all the stories. Tell
okay,
the hot sauce story.
So the hot sauce. I love hot sauce. And also we were eating breakfast, and I feel like breakfast items, especially like eggs and potatoes and stuff, like it begs for a little dash of hot sauce.
Exactly.
And I go inside, I'm grabbing the Tabasco, and as I'm like about to exit, the guy is coming with 2 plates of Piper and Sage's food. So I just hold on to the door so he can pass. And he notices that I went inside just for hot sauce. And he starts out his sentence with, we're a little deviants here, so we got a lot of sick hot sauce in the back. Do you want to try some? And I was like...
He said it with more riz, though.
Well, yeah. But are you saying I'm rizless?
No, your delivery sometimes is like a little too cheery.
Cheerio.
Also, I want to apologize for burping. I thought I could cut him out, but I'm drinking something carbonated, so I'm gonna be burping.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, so he comes out and he offers us hot sauce, and he starts listing off all these things that I could have. He's like, do you want one that you have to sign a waiver for? And I'm like, I just look at him like, whatever you think I'd like, please just give me. And then
dragon blood
is what it's called.
There's blueberry and there is
fig
in it. And
blueberry and fig hot sauce. I'm sorry.
It was good. He was like, he kind of like, I realize now it might have been a little bit weird that he watched us eat it, and then he was like, oh, sorry, let's go. I'll enjoy. But I think he was trying to test us or something. I was felt very tested. I was like, I love hot sauce. I want to be on hot ones so bad. Sometimes I pretend that I'm on hot ones just so I can
feel something,
challenge myself, and
okay,
also feel something.
You once said, I just want to be famous so that I can go on hot ones. Is that true?
Absolutely. And that was today I said that.
Today you said that. You've said
you
that.
You once said.
You said that probably a month ago.
Oh,
you said that one more time. You've been saying it.
I've been saying it. But it was really good, and I just wanted to drink the whole cup. And I'm not saying by any means I'm this really awesome, I can handle spice so much. I just like it.
Well, it was so juicy. It was spicy, but also juicy. I felt like you could do a watermelon. Okay, fun fact, not that fun for me, I guess.
What?
I don't really like tahini that much. I know it's super popular and people I can't live without it. I need
tahini?
it on
In hummus?
Tahini.
What's tahini?
You know, the Mexican spice
mix
you put on fruit and stuff.
Oh no, I've never tried it.
I don't really like it that much. It's too bitter. It's weirdly bitter to me.
Maybe I have tried it.
I don't like that.
People put on watermelon? Pretty sure I've tried it.
Yeah. Mango is a super popular one.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. But I was maybe I could do that with this hot sauce. A version of that. Because I don't really I like fruit to be fresh and juicy and full of water. I don't want it to be savory. That's yeah, I don't really
Red
like
flag.
fruit in salads that much.
No. Why are we putting apples in salad? Why are we putting blueberries in salad?
It gets
Why are we
mushy.
doing this?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Mom's against fruit and
You're
salad.
tasting beautiful, delicious spinach and arugula and onions and all the other things, and then we've got a blueberry. I hate. Oh, ma'am. I'm so
No.
glad we agree on this.
I kind of want to be challenged on that though, because I feel like the idea of delicious, beautifully crafted salad.
Continue. I'm here to hear all your opinions.
I want like a really good chef or like an expert in this to make a salad that can change my mind, because the thought of it sounds great.
Yeah.
Like what? But then the execution is like, this is kind of disgusting. This is disgusting. And the fruit is never ripe and fresh. It's
That's
always
true.
like either just not that flavorful or it's just mushy. And it's just not, I feel like to make salad with fruit in it, you have to have every component at its best moment.
That's true.
Like,
In her best era.
yeah.
The spinach needs to be in her best era.
Not
the blueberries need to be
wilting,
in her best era.
Plump and jumbo.
Jumbo.
I only eat
You like jumbo fruit?
I only eat jumbo blueberries. Like, I don't really like.
That's so.
Okay,
No.
I don't like berries that much, and so I
You-
only like ginormous blueberries that are just full of, like, they're just tight.
You never had
They're
my Alma's
taut.
blueberries. My
I
Alma's
did,
blueberries
yeah, I
are
did.
so good. Oof.
It's a texture thing.
I love that texture.
Like, I don't like all the seeds because my teeth are like.
Seeds.
I feel like there's so many places for all the seeds of any berries.
Oh. Are you afraid of it getting in your teeth? Like.
It gets in my teeth and it hurts.
Oh.
I'm like, like.
Do you like venison or do you like steak? Like.
I don't eat that much of it, so I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know if I
I
don't.
just called myself poor.
I think that's the whole story, right? With the hot sauce. That's the entire thing.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. So he was like, yeah, so that's not words. Somebody back there is tattoo artist made this hot sauce.
It's the owner's tattoo artist who made this.
Something like that. And I was like, when he left, I was like, I tasted it. I was like, that's so good. I need to find this tattoo artist. And in my mind, I was like, let's go on an adventure. Let's find this tattoo artist. Let's get this. Like, I want to buy this. Like a whole tub of it, you know? Tub of this hot sauce.
Okay.
And so after we were done eating, I went inside. I was like, talked to another random dude back there. They're all like Rizzlers.
They're so friendly.
They're all so like
they're just line cooks.
the last time I went in there, it was not like that. It was like not really hopping in there. But this time they were all just like completely attentive to whatever we needed. They were like cracking jokes back and forth. They were like, I don't know. They were on their game. And you could tell they were having fun back there too. So I talked to another random dude and I was like, do you guys sell the dragon blood sauce thing that you guys have back there? He let us try some. And he was like, he kind of like paused a little bit. Like like the guy that had shared it with us, like wasn't supposed to do that or something like that.
Or he was like just processing it.
Yeah.
He was like,
no, we don't. It was actually made by my tattoo artist, whatever, the owner of the tattoo, whatever. And he moved to Virginia and all this other stuff. And he was like, you want me to get you a 5-ounce cup of it? I was like, and my response was something like, I said it with the tone of like, oh no, you don't have to.
If it's not too much trouble.
But the words that came out of my mouth was,
said.
if it's not too much trouble. Because I wanted it. I said, like, I don't know if... Who just rang the doorbell?
What is it?
It's a white box.
Oh my gosh, I've always wanted a white box. Now put the ring on my finger. What?
That's disgusting. We're cousins.
That's incest. That's no. In some cultures, though, cousins do get married.
What are you saying? In some cultures, cousins do get married.
Not in this one. Not in this culture, but you know.
Okay, so this is a... Ooh.
Whoa, yes. There's so many things running
Isn't this
through
so
my mind.
random?
It's random, but it's also not random.
What would you say this is?
I would say you could put some jewelry in there. I could say you put some soy sauce and wasabi in there.
Bro, I literally just gave you the best lineup to say something crazy weird. You want to redo?
Your poop dish?
I don't think this could hold my poop. This is a dish that's green for all of you audio listeners. And it's got like a little bit of a frill, like a sleeve frill on the edges. You know how like some frills can be sleeve, or how some sleeves can be frilly? And it is, you know, in reality, a dish that you can put jewelry in or whatever. Or soy sauce. You could have it as a dish that you eat out of. But it's really just I think I looked up like trinket dish or something like that.
Or if you're a Japanese kappa, you could put it on your head and then people trick you into bowing and the water in this dish spills over and you faint.
What?
Anyways.
What? I've never heard of that before.
It's like a Japanese mythology, like creatures. They love cucumbers. Cucumbers are their favorite food. They live in water and they can be as extreme of like just pranking people or murdering them and raping the humans. And so in order to defeat them, when you come across one, they're very polite at first nature. And so you have to make them bow by bowing. You bow first and then they'll be like, oh yes, let me bow. But if they have a dish on top of their head, whether it be like a little leaf or something or one of those, that's just like part of their anatomy, I guess. It's full of water, and so when the water spills, they faint. And so that's the trick to like defeating them.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm. You know, when people are making trips where there's a lot of water or like trips across the lake, they would pack cucumbers to make an offering to the kappa.
Interesting. Kappa?
Kappa.
Kappa.
Mm-hmm.
Kebab.
Kebab? Don't let the kappa turn you into a kebab.
Yeah. Let's get to our topic today. You know what I wanted to talk about? Because so many artists have released new music lately, I wanted to talk about artists versus brands and whether, you know, what are their effects on society as like, in my mind, I'm like, I always want art to be moving society toward better innovation, you know, better health for the entire population. And kind of how I was defining my terms earlier when I was talking to Grace about this is artist is someone who's kind of in control of the music they produce, and they can choose to make like this really depressing like neighborhood sort of song, and then, you know, in the same album do like a song about like the birth of their child or something like that. Like they can do whatever they want. They don't have to sell a brand for money. So their ultimate goal isn't money, it's expression. And brand, like Olivia Rodrigo, we're probably going to use her a lot as an example. I'm not saying she's bad at all, but I just want to like use her as an example because she's a very like strong brand. Yeah. Is like the Revenge Girl brand, or like the girl that got her heart broken brand. So like all of her songs have this, I mean, most of her songs have this undertone of like that same like feeling, I suppose. Yeah. It's hard to say that because she does have a lot of variety in her songs. She's a very, very, very talented lyricist and composer. But when you just look at what she like, she's literally selling a brand. And so I don't think that she could like, I doubt it would be very difficult for her to turn around and like release like a country folk single.
Yeah, just because she wanted to.
You know?
I feel like Sleeping at Last is a really good example of artist. Because he just... Yeah. He's like, you know what? I'm going to make the album about the universe.
Yeah, so I feel like that... You can tell the motivation, though. Because he doesn't... Like, he needs to make money. He needs to make sustainable income.
Which is not bad.
But he like, it feels... I think, like, for me, I want artists to be more like, I want it to be more of like an artist-led thing in the music industry, because I want artists to be able to make whatever they want. And not, well, okay, so like when I like listen to Sleeping at Last, I'm not thinking, like in the back of my mind, I'm not thinking they are selling something. I'm just thinking that he's being authentic.
Yeah, he's like, he's literally singing about, you know, his children and how he loves them and how he like finds so much beauty in them. And then he's talking about like the like personality things. He like personally got really into Enneagram one year and like made a whole album about Enneagram, and like each type has a song, and so it's just like what he's interested in. And yeah, it's
human.
The brand is exploring life around us.
Yeah, because you could technically brand anything.
Yeah,
but I think for like bigger artists like Taylor Swift, and that's an interesting thing, because Taylor Swift, Beyonce, it's like, are they really branding? Because they're doing like a bunch of stuff, but I feel like it's hard to say what's branding and what's not, because branding could be, you know, so well crafted that it's like an artificial authenticity.
Yes, there's this interesting difference of like, is your brand a question or a statement? Because it's like, if you brand as what's out there, or back to Sleeping at Last, I guess, of like, what is it to me? What is it to be human? If that's your brand, quote unquote, maybe it's not official, but it's like, you can see how they would get there, versus I'm a boss. Like, that's a statement. And it ends, you know? It's like...
Does it end with Beyonce? She's selling something, though. He's exploring something.
Exactly. Which is just like... Do you want artists to sell something or explore something?
Beyonce, it has something, and then people can choose to consume it or to join it. Sleeping at Last offers the question one and invites some people in, whereas like I don't feel like Sleeping at Last has like more of a consuming, like you can consume the idea of being a boss and like join in being a boss. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But with Sleeping at Last, it's like more of like it feels more transformational, I guess, whereas like the boss, like Beyonce, is like letting you try out new hats almost, whereas like Sleeping at Last is like asking you to explore yourself almost, or I don't know how to explain this well, but and I think there's a difference between their popularity too, because it's much easier to join the already cultivated work girl boss, of course. But with Sleeping at Last, you do have to like, you can go along for the ride, but I feel like it does ask for some thinking. It does ask for some introspection.
Yeah. So you're saying that artists should be able to choose which one they want, or any option, or do you think?
I don't know. I don't think I'm saying anything. I'm just saying like I probably tend to lean more toward majority of musicians being artists, like under the artist, like creating stuff that engages the audience and has them like put something back in, and like versus the brand that you join and you like inhabit, because I feel like it's more, I'd rather have more artists than brands, because I think the effect on society is I think a brand, if we have majority brand musicians, then we have more of a population that is passive,
yeah,
and less developed, less mature. They don't have like, this is all, you know, assuming a bunch of stuff, but I could see how our population would become more docile, or more like less creative because they're not being asked to put out anything. They're inhabiting something that was already created, which isn't bad in and of itself, but when you have majority of it, then it's, you know.
Can you think of a time in history where the majority was artist, not brand?
The Roman Empire. No, I'm just kidding. I always like to say the Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire was the best branded thing out there. Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
We're gonna take over the city, and guess what? We are now entering our coins. This guy right here, this is your boss now.
Here's the thing. I'm not good at that historical question, you know? Okay. I love history, but I'm not very well versed in it. Like, I don't have a lot of knowledge, although I wish I did. I think communism is the number one brand of it all. And if communism is the brand.
Who is doing PR for communism?
I'm trying to think about communism in this context, actually, because now we're jumping to a whole new realm, a whole new world.
True.
Communism, in a way, is a brand because you can join it. And it is already an established thing.
I think the hot sauce is getting to us.
Someone is controlling everything for you and dispersing everything for you. And you don't really have to do much other than, you know, do your job, and then they'll take care of the rest. So in a way, it is a brand. Can you imagine the advertising for communism?
This is actually a hidden ad.
One for all for one. Wait, that's a Christianese thing. Is Christianity communism? I've actually thought about this before.
I mean, that was a question in our school.
I don't remember that.
Oh, really? Are you serious?
I remember somebody asking, and I was like, that's really like so deep. But it was from the curriculum. I thought that they were so smart.
Fake.
They were so introspective. I tend to lean more towards things that will like challenge people and get society to like output stuff as well as input, like a back and forth. I tend to shy away from passivity stuff, but it's like hard to say that, you know, Taylor Swift is passive because I'm not calling out Taylor Swift, and I would never. It's
how the audience engages with it, I think.
That's true, because it is a choice as well. Like, you could take an Olivia Rodrigo song and take the meaning, really resonate with it, and then make a cover. You could, you know, it could spur you onto other things too. I think with that is like the only thing that she's creating is, okay, let's not use Olivia Rodrigo. Let's use The Weeknd, for example.
Fantastic.
The Weeknd, and I'm a huge Weeknd fan, so understand that context. He only creates F-boy music. No, he only creates depressing stuff like victim mindset, like, it's hard to say only because I feel like I'm coming for a lot of people. I'm not coming for anybody. I'm just like looking at stuff and observing it.
Generally, yeah.
His stuff is depressing, like Joji, depressing. Like, but I'm trying to like say, like, is that the only thing we want? Like, should we? If I was Joji, I wouldn't want to only create depressing music my entire life because that's not accurate to life. Hopefully. I don't think that Joji's depressed anymore, from what I've heard. At least
he takes that St. John's wort.
He does take the St. John's wort.
Good job.
Well, I don't know where he's at in life right now. I haven't heard much from him. I
think you have good days and you have bad days, even if you're depressed. So it's like, but then also sometimes a butterfly falls on your nose.
That's exactly true. I hit so many butterflies on the road the other day. I hit like 3. I was trying to avoid them. They were everywhere. I was like there was like a yellow smear on my. I was just like, this is a world we live in where we have to kill butterflies just to get to work? Rude.
The yellow smear.
I was so upset.
So heartbreaking. That is really
It was heartbreaking.
sad.
I was just like looking at it. I was like, I'm going to just pull over right now and just die on the side of the road. Talk about depression. So the butterflies will cause more depression.
Are butterflies just a metaphor for sadness?
I don't know how to say what I mean.
You want variety.
Yeah.
You want variety of life.
I want artists to be able to expose themselves.
Okay, it's like complaining that an artist only makes love songs. All they talk about is love.
Maybe they're in love.
What about friends? What about this?
Enemies.
What about enemies? What about I want it to vacationing. I don't know. Like
I'm working late.
Cause I'm a singer.
Wait, we're gonna get copyrighted.
Because I sound just like her.
Which we should talk about Espresso in just a minute. But basically, I want artists to be able to show every aspect of their life if they want it, not be trapped to a brand. Although, we could talk about the good things about branding as well. Let's talk about Espresso. Whoa. Well done.
Are you a radio host? BBC? Are you going to switch to being British?
What do you mean?
British.
In it? Okay, why did you say that?
You're like, good transition.
I noticed as I was talking.
Let's talk about Espresso.
I didn't even know about that. I didn't even plan that or anything. I guess I am British.
You're German.
Or maybe I could be.
I'm the British one. I'm more British than Sages.
Whatever.
What? Okay, first of all, when you heard the song, were you immediately like, what crack is in this? This is amazing. Or were you like, no?
When I heard it, it sounded like a typical pop song to me, like structurally and lyrically, because I'm a lyric listener. She's a music listener first. So when you hear, basically what that means is when you hear a song, are you like inclined to listen to the sound of it more, like the vibes, and you're like not really paying attention to what the lyrics are saying? Or, which I definitely listen to the vibes, but like I can't not hear the words. Like if they say like, I'm gonna, then I'm gonna be like, whoa,
what did they
But
say?
Grace will be like, yeah,
because I can't understand the lyrics half the time. I'm like, well, Sage is trying to show me a song, and she's like, look at this line. I'm like, oh, they're singing? Oh
my gosh.
I just like can't comprehend a lot of words when they're singing. Like
maybe it's because you're bilingual.
I can't comprehend. In Japanese, I have a hard time comprehending what people are singing too.
Yeah,
so,
I don't think that's the reason, because people who are bilingual or trilingual actually, like, you'd think like, oh, they've got too much language in their head, they've got too many words. They actually comprehend words more. Yeah. I don't know the study for that, but I do remember reading
it's
something
connections. About it. It's like if you do art, if you paint, sketch, and do mosaics, you have a more wider range of skills,
and do mosaics and
do pottery,
glass blowing,
and you dance on the side. You just have more tools in your tool belt to look at a subject and analyze, comprehend, interpret. Same with languages.
I feel like that's pretty accurate. Not that I'd know. Although I do like languages. So yeah, it just sounded like Espresso just sounded like a regular pop song. I knew that, like, I had a feeling that a lot of producers and like people in the industry had their hands in it, like they created it, and then I had a feeling that Sabrina Carpenter kind of gets slapped on like into songs that were already created anyway. Like they cultivate these songs and then they say, okay, who do we want this songs to, like, who do we want to have this song? Mm-hmm. I think they considered who all did they consider for the song?
I don't remember.
It was I cannot remember now. They had one other artist that they were like, we should have her do this, either that or Sabrina Carpenter. But it does sound like Doja Cat.
It really sounds like Doja Cat.
If it was a Doja Cat song, I would not be surprised. But then I looked up on the song credits, and it had like this long list of, all the people who created the song.
At first, I did not like it.
Oh, okay.
And
TikTok/Reels.
Okay, yeah, the first time I heard it was through, I was trying to create this reel for the business I work for, mm-hmm. and like it's just like a trending audio, so I listened to it and I'm like, no. and I hear it over and over and over again, and it's not like exposure has led me to love it. I still don't like it that much.
Mere exposure really got me.
Mere exposure didn't get me this time, and I think it's just, I don't know.
I was trying to find the article I read about the people who created Espresso, who else they considered to have sing it. But I think Dua Lipa. That's why. Okay. So Dua Lipa was the other one considered, I think, or just thrown out there maybe. And I'm so glad they chose Sabrina Carpenter, because we were talking about this earlier too. Dua Lipa, how the difference between Dua Lipa, why I don't like Dua Lipa, and Sabrina Carpenter, because literally they're just different generations. And Sabrina Carpenter has such a self-awareness on stage. That's why she's such a good performer. And it's not, I don't know. I would feel like I could say Sabrina Carpenter isn't like the best like vocal. She's not a vocalist. She's a performer.
It's her
personality.
Vibe. Yeah.
She sells that.
Like her outro, where she makes up a new outro for that one song, I think Nonsense.
Yeah.
Each city of her tour.
Yeah.
Like
she's silly.
She's great at that. Yeah.
And we love it. I love that. Whereas if Dua Lipa had it, it's a different kind of performance. It's a different kind of, I don't know. I don't like it.
We pinned it down to Gen Z tends to be very self-aware. And so it's like self-aware humor. And it's not taking yourself too seriously. It's not like, we value humor so much in our generation that it's like, if you're not funny, like, you're Rizless. You have it all there's so much. I'm just saying, like, the slang we've created like reflects that value.
Yeah.
And Dua Lipa, like, if you watch her Vogue, the questions were the 53 questions.
Yeah, the 52 questions. Whatever the questions.
Yeah, it's like all her jokes are set up, and it's just like not
all kind of. Here's the thing: they could be set up, but you could still be authentic at them, like Zendaya.
Yeah,
she's
you
just
can
so natural.
execute them well.
Yeah, but there's just like a sheen right here in Dua Lipa's eyes. It's like I can't pierce through. I don't see truly to her, like on screen, and you can just tell with certain people on screen, like when they're putting up a front versus like they're truly just there because they're okay to be fully vulnerable. Like, I don't know if that's what it is.
But imagine being vulnerable at that scale, though. Would you want to be vulnerable at that scale?
Yeah. People think of vulnerability as like, oh, they're gonna get hurt or whatever, but like if you practice vulnerability all the time, you're just building up more and more onto that like confidence, because you're learning more about yourself and what actually matters to you.
Do you want to share yourself with that many people? Do you think that that's healthy for some people?
Well, you know your own boundaries. That's why, like, you learn more and more about your boundaries and what actually matters to you. Like, what am I going to actually share? It's your choice. Versus like someone who might not choose to be vulnerable. If they're famous, they might not choose to be vulnerable because they're afraid that boundaries are going to be crossed. Whereas like Zendaya has great boundaries, I feel like, with
definitely
how she handles fame. Trying to think of another person. Make me sweat. She has some great boundaries. Yeah. Her boundaries are way different than Zendaya's, but they're good, because like I'll watch her on videos and she's just like, she knows exactly what she's going to do, what her personality is like, you know. I'm just an advocate for vulnerability. Brene Brown, my baby girl.
The baby girlification.
Baby girlism.
Baby girlism.
I don't understand exactly what it is, but I love it.
It's like saying, it's like looking at like a grown 40-year-old who's like balding and going, but he would never do. What's that guy who?
The Rock, Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
Is he baby girl?
Some people do baby girl him. I feel like.
Is that like? It's fun because it's like the opposite. It's like bait and switch. It's like,
yeah,
he's like the most masculine man you've ever seen.
It's more. It happens a lot in K-pop, I will say, and it's like, like he would never hurt me like that. He would never gaslight me. He would never.
Oh.
And also he's like,
but he like definitely would.
Not definitely, but like just this crossing of reality. It's like, you don't know this man at all. You don't know this man. What do you mean?
He would never gaslight me.
And the baby girl is always like, oh, he's just chilling. I feel like Timothée Chalamet gets baby girled a lot. It's like, he's just a frat boy. Like, let's just be honest with ourselves. Like, he's just a frat boy. And
you love it.
I don't like that part.
No. I'm saying the general audience.
Oh. People remove that. And he's like, oh, he's like an intellectual. He's like, oh my gosh, he's so wise. He doesn't. And then he goes out and dates Kylie Jenner. And everyone realizes, oh, he's just a dude.
I think, okay, this also has an interesting... This is making me ask another question. So if we have artists, and like I have no idea what Sleeping at Last looks like, if we're using him as an example for an artist.
Yeah.
What do you think that there's a bad effect on society to having like uber famous artists like Taylor Swift? Because it's just in our nature to put characteristics we want on them. Like the way I defended Ariana Grande, and still do to this day, she could be an awful person. I have no idea, but I love her.
Listen, one day she was listening to the new album, and I was like, what about this? And all the stuff that she was like, it was a
brand new album that just got released.
I was like, didn't she cheat? Didn't she home wreck? Didn't she? And I listed out everything.
Maybe she didn't, though.
And Sage defended her like, no. You would think she would be a lawyer or something.
It wasn't a very compelling argument, because I was mainly like, maybe she didn't.
I know.
Actually, that is a compelling argument.
Maybe she didn't.
Your Honor. Maybe she didn't,
Your Honor. Your Honor, that maybe she didn't?
Maybe it was all staged. You don't know. Maybe she doesn't even exist. I've never met her in real life.
She's
so
AI.
Wait, AI is actually way more developed than we think it is.
Exactly.
And they're just like putting out stuff to like show us.
One day she's gonna start doing military commercials, and that's what she was built for. She's built for.
They would not accept her in the military.
No, she's promotion. She's a.
If you want to look your best in the military,
exactly,
use my makeup line.
Yep. And they're gonna be like, military.
That's Cat.
Laugh your way into battle.
I was literally playing. Oh my god. I was literally playing volleyball the other day, and then I was like laughing at something that it was speed volleyball, so we got out, and then we were like, I was laughing, and then some dude walked up to me and he was like, is that Cat? Or is that Ariana Grande's character from that one show? And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I realized he was trying to say like I sounded like Cat from Victorious. Some random dude. I'd never met him before.
Wow.
I didn't even know his name. After that interaction, I was like, oh, what's your name? I can't remember his name. He was really funny. He did like a Trump impression after that. He was kind of a little awkward, actually.
That's crazy.
But I was like, oh, you mean like, and I was like laughed like her, and I was like, because sometimes it sounds good, sometimes it sounds bad. I always try it though, because you never know. And then I did my Obama impression, and he did his Trump impression. It was all terrible, because I was like, is that Trump? And he was like, so you know what you have to do.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So did the Love on the Spectrum crew just jump out at the last moment there?
He was not autistic.
Oh, okay.
Definitely not autistic. That I could tell. I can't be diagnosing people, but he didn't seem autistic to me. It wasn't like the autistic Riz. That's what I'm trying to say.
I see.
I wasn't like, this man's autistic. I wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking like, when somebody comes up to me and is like rizzing me up, and I'm like, this is my thing, they're usually autistic.
It's really funny. It's really funny.
It wasn't awkward at all. Like he did have some like normies behavior.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say this, but
you like autistic men.
I don't know if that's entirely true, but I don't know if that's entirely true.
You have a pattern.
Well, when I was watching Love on the Spectrum, I was just falling in love over and over again.
She was like, but no, actually, these people.
We would not be compatible at all, but like, they're just so sweet. They're like, every little thing is a movie reference, and I love it. I would do that, but I mask myself, so all of the references don't make any sense because there's such obscure moments in obscure movies. So
that only you have seen.
No, you've seen them. Well, some of them, but you probably wouldn't remember.
Like what?
There's like this one point in Everything Everywhere All at Once where she like is sitting outside of the laundromat, and what's her name? The lady with
Jamie?
the wrist. Yeah, Jamie Foxx. No, Jamie.
I feel like Jamie Foxx is
What's
right.
her name? Jamie.
Is that not her name?
Jamie Foxx. No,
I feel
Jamie
like
Foxx
Jamie
is
Foxx.
the comedian. It's Jamie Lee. No, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, Jamie Foxx is the African American short dude that's funny. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh.
See, he's got a porn star last name. Like, why 2 X's? Answer me
Did
that.
he just make that? Oh, he did make that.
Did he?
His full name is Eric Marlon Bishop.
That's so funny.
And he said Jamie
His
Foxx.
name is Eric?
Yeah.
That's so strange. Oh, he looks great for 53. Anyway, so Jamie Lee Curtis like comes up to Michelle Yeoh and is like, I heard about your situation. And sometimes people will say like something along those lines, like something similar, or it's like a perfect, like I hear it coming and I'm like, so I heard about your situation. Like I just gotta.
Yeah, I've watched that movie so many times with you, and I don't know that.
I know,
so
like,
I guess it is
so
niche.
many lines for that movie. There's so many applicable lines.
How many times have you seen it?
Probably like in the teens, like 15, 16. I own it, so
So you just watch it. It's on a
Sometimes.
Tuesday.
every once in a while I'll watch it and I'm like, this isn't as good as I thought it was. Like, and then other days I'll be like, wow, this is really good. But when it first came out, it was like the best movie ever, you know?
I mean, it's up there for me still.
And then Dune is the other one, but I feel like people think it's cringy now. I loved when everyone thought it was awesome to quote Dune. They'd be like, Duke of Arrakis. And I'd be like, yes. I'd be like,
You can still do it.
I do.
You're like,
It's just different now.
oh, okay.
I'll be in public and I'll be like,
You don't have the whole world on your shoulders. Not on your shoulders. You don't have the whole world backing your Dune references
exactly.
anymore.
People don't laugh anymore like they used to.
I see.
See, this is a typical example of an artist still wanting to, produce what they, feel inside,
Mm-hmm.
and the world doesn't want it.
No.
The world wants a different brand. They've moved
No.
on.
Yeah.
And so if I was a branded artist, I'd be moving on,
I see.
That's a really good example.
Wow.
I'm an artist.
You just did that.
Also, I've been making a lot of music lately.
Okay, she
So
has
much
a little
fun.
desk set up.
Hopefully I can publish something by the end of this year. I think that'll be really fun. Finally have some officially under my name. I'll go under Strangey.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Strange.
Anyway, well, the other thing within this topic was K-pop, because if you look at K-pop groups, it is all branded, and then we have the independent Korean artists that are not very good, honestly. I like Hyuk-oh. I think is that his name? I haven't listened to him in a really long time. He does indie sounding Korean music, but it's why would we label it Korean music? I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. Korean music, to say it's Korean music sounds weird because we don't say American music.
Yeah. It's Korean based indie music.
It's indie music in Korean.
Yeah.
I
don't know. It's do we need that? But then all the languages, they have such different sounds, and it restricts and opens up how you can sing in each of those languages. That it's maybe there is some good, it's good to put a language title on next to the genre, but also I don't know.
It's interesting. I feel so the reason I like to listen to originally why I got into K-pop was because the production was interesting to me, and then also the language itself. I love the sound of the language just on its own. So when I found Korean music outside of K-pop, it just felt natural. But for me, it was hard to find sounds music genre that I like in Korean because there's not that many that I could find. Now it's a little bit different. When I first got into K-pop, like in 2018, 2018. Well, I just kind of...
Was it 2018? I thought it was way before.
2016?
Because 2018 is like after I got into K-pop.
When was oh, maybe it was 2015. Whenever BTS debuted. Maybe it was 2014. I think it's, well, no, it was like slightly after BTS debuted. But they debuted in 2014, I'm pretty sure.
Active from 2013.
But that's active. When did they officially debut? Because they were in training. Not that I know any of this. After Dynamite came out,
June 2013. Yeah.
I mean, wow. Okay. So after Dynamite came out, I said, I'm done. No more BTS for me. Oh my gosh, that scared me so bad. Please stop.
Everyone go look up BTS on Google and then click the floating purple bubble and then you will find out what just happened on my screen.
That's too much work for them.
That's not too much work. I think you're fully capable.
You are capable of things that you want to do.
You get the reference if you get the reference.
Reminder that you are capable to do things that you want to do.
And if you need to click out of this video,
don't. You can't do the things you want to do.
Let's bring it back down. 1 drink to take the edge off. Hydration drink.
And then one drink to put the edge back on.
Yes. Okay, so we're putting the edge back on. You are depressed. Just kidding. Well, maybe cozy time in bed.
So drink alcohol to take the edge off. Drink water to stay hydrated. And then drink coffee to put the edge back on.
Or just drink milk because some people can't digest that.
Don't ever say that again. Milk? Not in this day and age.
My drink to put the edge back on is whole milk.
My drink to put the egg back on is
rotten half and half. That'll put the edge back right back on for you. Right back on.
I hate waking up in the morning, making a good old cup of coffee, and having rotten half and half. The chunks. It's depressing.
The chunks.
Hate chunks. No, not the person. Originally I was like, we can use Korea as an example for how branding can make all the other artists, the smaller artists that aren't under the K-pop brand, not very good at what they do because they're not being challenged. I guess that was like my original thought. But then I was like, K-pop is, it is its own genre because it doesn't sound like anything else other than K-pop. But I also think that Korea has a lot of influence from America. So it's kind of unfair to say that because they're not like
It's our fault again.
But like, it's hard to even examine this because I don't know to what extent America has influenced K-pop itself or the music industry in Korea.
So much. So much.
But like in what,
you think
in what
K-pop
avenues?
is Korean? K-pop is written by a bunch of black dudes in Atlanta. Let's just get this straight. Exactly. Okay? K-pop is built on the backs of black America. And they slay so hard.
They do.
Are you kidding? Like,
tell us more.
There's so many, all the lyrics, even the composers, the producers, like, you actually look at the album you bought that's hanging on your shelf right now, sitting on your shelf. You open that thing up and you research those lyricists and those producers. They're from America and they're black, and it's all based in hip hop, and it is. There's so much history there. Mm-hmm.
It's so interesting.
I love it.
In my mind,
like, ooh, who wrote this?
like, Woozy's in the.
But it's rare. It's rare to have a self-producing
K-pop group.
That's why
so
BTS
17?
was so like, wow, you guys make your own music?
Do they?
BTS?
They did, but do they still?
Oh, I don't think Dynamite's anything of theirs. Butter? No.
Ew.
Disgusting. I hate Butter. Butter era ARMY. Are you okay? Wait,
that's not real ARMY. I mean,
if you don't know Too Cool for School,
we're not cool just because we know their old, like we
I'm not
grew
saying
up listening to their old
I'm
stuff.
just like, are you
I'm just
genuinely
saying,
okay?
Like, you know, you like what you like. If you like pop, then you're gonna like butter. And I like pop, but like maybe not like that.
That is just like, it's not even pop was an interesting genre. We were a good country. We were a proper country once. We were a proper country.
We were a proper country
where pop was an interesting genre. It actually made you feel like, yeah.
Yeah, it made me feel like that too.
Like when Lady Gaga was doing pop, like,
ooh.
yes.
See, okay.
You know? When Katy Perry sang Firework, yes. Butter? No. That's how it makes me feel.
Caveman terms.
No,
please just explain how you feel. I appreciate that. I think that we should go back to Airbnb. Airbnb? Airbnb. I think we should go back to more hip hop, like 2000s, early 2000s style. Where do you think we're headed, actually, though? Because you always see the trends. American pop. Where is that going?
Well,
right now for the summer, it's going to house music, which I love.
House music. I think 2010s is coming back. I think so.
Okay. Which was what?
That classic, like Dynamite by Tayo Cruz.
Oh.
That's the only Dynamite I like.
I thought we were talking about
BTS.
Yeah.
No. I feel like some Mr. Worldwide stuff is like very 2010s.
Ugh, I don't like Pitbull. But here's the thing. She got me into Charlie XCX. So maybe I will like Pitbull. I just don't like
Beyonce. A lot of Beyonce stuff was 2010. Like,
yeah.
I think 2008 was my favorite year for pop.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well,
yeah.
What does that sound like, though?
Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl.
It is kind of housey, actually. Mm-hmm. Dance music.
Florida. Yeah, Just Dance. Yeah.
Dance with your
Pocket Full of Sunshine. Positive, hopeful pop is my current favorite subgenre of pop right now.
Interesting.
It's hopeful pop, where it's like, it feels uplifting. It's lyrically good and hopeful. It's just like, there's no, I think our pop right now is very sexual, and I just want to like feel good. Rihanna, Take a Bow.
Yeah. I feel like my favorite type of subgenre pop is like highly produced vocals, because like really compressed vocals, because it sounds like synth to me. Yes. It sounds like it just like tickles my brain, itches my brain and tickles at the same time. It like all of the sensations. Mm-hmm. And I don't really care that much about the words necessarily. I like just compressed vocals. Everything is so synthy.
Okay, I
don't really know how else to describe it. I do, but I don't have the words in my mind.
I really like that genre, but like Espresso, it's just such a basic, clean song. I mean, there's so much going on. I'm not just saying it's like 4 chords and a little guitar. We just listened to like the audio, or like
that little EP that she released with the
Espresso EP, decaf version, double shot or extra shot version.
Every track I'd go through and I'd be like, "What's the decaf version?" We'd play it and we'd be like,
"Yeah, I really love that. I love when artists do that." Like,
acoustic.
Yes. But we just listened to the vocals. I was like, "Oh my god, there's so much going on."
Yeah.
But I think our brains process it very simply and like relatively well, where it's like, I can kind of understand all the lyrics that she's singing. I want it to be hopeful, and I want it to be interesting lyrically. If it's so easy to comprehend, I want it to be at least lyrically interesting.
Yes, I don't know. I feel like the song itself is really well produced. And you're right, there's a lot going on. And I think the concept of the song itself is pretty smart. Like, it's just like,
I think it's just
not
like
for Max Martin.
Yes.
You know who that is, right?
Icon, legend.
Yeah, so like it's written like very Max Martin-esque, where it's like it makes a lot of sense. The concept is interesting. It's kind of funny. It's a little bit quirky. People can get on the bandwagon. And the song like it's well written. It's
yes.
There's maybe you're looking for a depth of like you want something to connect to.
Yeah, I think so, because I don't connect at all emotionally with the song. I don't relate
either
at all.
It's more of like a bop, more of like the reason I actually don't really connect with it is because she's kind of like taking power over another person in a way that's like,
yeah, it's kind of manipulative, low-key.
And it's, I understand what she's doing, but like I'm not really that type of person, so I don't really relate with it. So I like the song. It's really well done. I respect it. I don't really emotionally connect with it though, which is kind of like the whole
I think we're in the
point
same
to
boat.
music.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not my favorite song of the year, you know? If I could relate to it emotionally, it would probably be my favorite song of the year. But I have so many contenders for this year already, and it's like we're only halfway through. Let's talk about Charlie XCX.
Yes, let's talk about Charlie.
Charlie,
oh my
and
gosh.
she was on Emma Chamberlain's podcast.
I cannot wait to watch.
Out. I love that episode. They're so sweet.
Yeah.
She's just such a sweet, like down to earth person.
Yeah.
But the only song from this album that's questionable, but I love it because it's just so unlike any other, is the one where she's talking about maybe thinking about having a baby. Think about it all the time. Yeah, think about it all the time. That one is like kind of, if you're just like, if she wasn't famous, if she just made like a song one off, I'd be like, this is not good. But because I know her and I know that she like just does whatever she wants, like that's awesome. Have you listened
context. To that? I don't remember it. I listened
She's
to
like walking down the street.
Yeah.
She's like literally just telling a story, which is like, you can do that in songs. Yeah. I agree. I love it.
I love talking.
But like,
singing.
if you look at it from like, compared to, you know, the music and the music industry, it's, I don't know. It's like a abstract piece of art, if you know what I mean. I don't think that like a general audience member would listen and be like, oh, this is a really good song. It's like kind of, it's missing some, in the verses, it's missing some crafting, it feels like.
I think her contract ends with this album.
Oh, really?
And so this album was, what if I just made the music I want? I think she said that once. It's like, what if I made
making it how she wants?
Yeah. Like truly just her. Like, what if I don't do this? What if I do this instead? Like people will truly like me? Will my album perform well? She's like just testing all these things. Album is? I think so.
It's like my favorite album I haven't listened through all her stuff, but I love this album.
Yeah.
I bought the CD.
It's really good. Everything
is romantic.
Like, I don't understand how you make such bops, but then the lyrics are so interesting as well.
Yeah. It made me think, it encouraged me as a musician to make things like less wordy, like just come up with, you know, two lines that I really like that really contrast each other, that like make you think, and then you can like pull out in the music versus adding more lyrics to, you know, juxtapose what you said or whatever, or to build on what you said.
Definitely.
And so, yeah, it's been really encouraging.
I am excited to see your journey. Like, as you, because you start in screenwriting and then like novel style writing, and then what do? Is that your main too?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then songwriting. It's like,
yeah, I've been songwriting since I was probably, well, actually I've been writing everything forever. But I haven't really been crafting actual songs until 2020, so last 4 years.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see how your songwriting evolves, especially with the influence of this album.
And also collaborating with people.
Yes.
It's been good. Just trying out new different genres.
Living out your core values.
I'm living out my core values in a vulnerable and like beautiful way. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Yay. I might say something stupid. That title, that track, this is like the song that I would recommend to like someone who's never listened to Charlie XCX, because it's slower and then there's like the chords are just so moving. They move forward like really well, like the bass line with the actual like melodic music. And it's kind of real. She's very vulnerable in this song. Like, damn.
Brat? More like vulnerable queen. That was not funny.
What's your favorite track?
Everything is Romantic is pretty good.
She just said that everything is romantic.
By Charlie XCX. Reminds me, as soon as I heard it, I was like, it reminds me of Pamplemousse by FKA Twigs.
And I was looking for the song after you said that, but I couldn't find it immediately.
We can listen to it now.
It is so
maybe on the
similar.
new speaker that you got me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Her birthday.
Can I tell you something? My cuz got me this giant JBL pink speaker for my birthday.
She's now on the pill.
So sweet. I was like literally just adding like random speakers to my birthday wish list because I was like, I want a speaker, but I really don't know that much, and I don't know, like, it's a lot of money. Also, I'm just like,
it's a good speaker.
Yeah, it's a really good. It's like better than hers.
Oh yeah, mine's like a cheap $80 one. I got on sale. Yours is like high end.
I feel so loved.
Yay!
It's like quality stuff.
Happy 23rd
yes!
birthday.
Third.
She's turning 23. I'm turning 25 this summer. It's kind of crazy.
Like, it's coming. Like 23. Like 23 is 23.
Yeah, please don't say that.
I'm not
anymore.
gonna be. As someone who's older than you, stop talking.
You're like 23 is so old. Like I'm gonna have wrinkles. I'm like okay.
Okay.
This has been a good episode. Yeah.
This has been really good.
It's been a good episode.
Reconnecting. Thanks for reconnecting with us.
Thanks for listening and reconnecting with us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's given me
We
hope.
also appreciate it as cousins. We appreciate it.
Also,
more to come.
Yeah.
Also, what?
I want to know what you think about the albums and stuff we talked about. So,
what do you think about artist versus
brand?
What is better majorly for a society?
And do your friends talk about this too? I want to know. I want to find other people who also talk about this.
Join our intellectual conversations that are maybe not so intellectual. Join the couch.
Join the couch.
We like look behind us. There's like people there.
There's someone behind you.
Oh, sorry if I offended anyone about artists. I'm not saying any artist is good or bad. I'm just trying to see like what are the effects that we have on our society by like having certain artists be, you know, this type of way. I thought that was interesting.
All of these brands as actual humans underneath.
Yeah, like we're all just human, and we don't know if Ariana Grande is real or not. Maybe it's conspiracy. I don't think that she cheated. I don't think that she had him cheat on his. I think that we don't know the full story, and lies were made about her. I think that the whole like everyone, TMZ, all the like
it cuts.
Perfect.